Okay, what I'm attempting to film here is I'm using a very old webcam right here, and I'm aiming it at a TV screen. Okay, it was just a black screen, and the camera it's a black screen that had, this is the camera, and see, if I were to, over there is a picture, over here we got a plant, where's it at, a plant, okay, and now I'm coming over here, and I'm going to aim this thing directly at the TV screen itself. You might see my reflection coming back every once in a while. What I'm going to show you right there, buddy, sorry, you see that? I'm using that right there because I'm going to show you how everything that you guys and me and all of us are seeing in the sky is nothing but a projection, just like using this camera right here. Now, my example, one of them, is going to be what I'm aimed at right here is the arrow right in the middle of the screen. The arrow that would be your cursor, okay? When I aim this camera at the cursor, the one little cursor, as you can see, what it's doing is reflecting back a whole bunch of little cursors. See that? They can get a little bit crazy too, huh? But it's as if it's a multiples. Now, what I'm going to show you next in the video is footage that I've taken while filming the quote-unquote sky, and what appears to be as if it's birds flying in the sky. Okay, but some of these birds have this exact same thing that you're seeing from the cursor right there. They have multiples of that one quote-unquote bird, but it's showing it like it's doing there, like the little one, and then a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger, and a little bit bigger, like that. Okay, so my point is, everything that you are seeing in the skies is a holographic projection, or maybe just a digital projection. We're looking into a screen, basically, in the sky. Somehow the sky has been turned into a screen, and they are projecting things up in there. This is a perfect example to show you how it's being done. Isn't that wild? Okay, what I am showing you here and going to show you is what appears to be birds. Okay, it looks like a long trail of ants, really, but ants in the sky. And so I want you to pay attention down towards the bottom center where my cursor is. And I will zoom in on this here in a minute. I just want to get the foundation laid for you to see what I'm trying to show you and how it relates to the sky being a screen. So I'm just going to play this and paying attention to some of these birds as I go frame by frame by frame. I want you to just focus on the bottom towards the center where my cursor is right here, and I will zoom in a minute. Going frame by frame by frame, and even over here to the left a little bit. All these birds end up doing this eventually. They make trails of themselves. Let me go ahead and zoom in to this one to show you. So I'm zooming in. I'm taking this towards the bottom here. And let's see. Right here where my cursor is, which is towards the bottom, I'm going frame by frame by frame. And you can see how this thing is going to eventually turn into a bird. See that? and then down here, this one becomes distorted again. This one's trying to become distorted. And that's why it's kind of easier to keep it with the zoom off, because you're able to kind of see them as they're doing what they're doing, because there's a lot of them doing it. And let me see if I can get back. Once again, let's zoom back into this one, because it's a good right here in where my cursor is, if you can see it. That one, and then this one over here. Okay, frame by frame by frame, you see the trail of a something that eventually turns into a bird. But keep in mind the example that I have shown you with my computer screen and the cursor in the middle, and how it makes multiples. Okay, now let me turn this zoom off once again. Okay, and a lot of these are, well, let me see if I can just play it, because I'm not sure that they show it. Well, yeah, actually it does. Here's a right down here, once again, bottom center. Let me keep playing. I'm playing and stopping because I'm looking for, okay, for example, here we go again. Oops. And I mean, some of these things just don't even look like birds at all. But well, here's my cursor. I'll try to make it a little bit more centered. Bottom center, there's two of them right there. We go frame by frame by frame. We're going to see these things turn into birds. See that? And over here, more of them. I'll go frame by frame by frame. See that? These are in the center bottom are showing pretty good. And you might say, oh, your cognitive dissonance might say, oh, that's something related to the camera, or something related to the video settings. And that's fine if you want to believe that. Because I used to believe that too, until I started investigating. And so, what I'm trying to bring to y'all's attention is my conclusion that the sky is a screen, or they've turned it into a screen somehow. I think these show, when I get towards the end, you can see quite a number of them doing it. Let's zoom back in. See all these? These are really showing it. Frame by frame by frame. And even if it was something related to a camera or something, it's not going to change shapes and appear and disappear, that type of thing. And they all have trails on them, you know, the ones that are doing that. So I'm trying to make this short, because I know that people like short videos, and it's the list of people that actually see my videos anyways is very short, so that's all right too. The ones of you that do see this are the ones that matter, okay? Because what I'm trying to help people understand is that we are surrounded by lies. We are being surrounded by infiltration of, I don't know if this is artificial intelligence. I don't know if this is some type of other technology being projected. I just know that these are not birds. Not birds like we would think of as birds. And I'm just trying to, and the planes, the ones that I show of the planes, they are not airplanes. And so I don't know what type of a is it. They're saying it's a war, and perhaps it is a war over our consciousness, but if we're not aware of the deception that is within the internet, and it used to stay within the informational field, but now it's deception that is within using our own senses, because these birds and the airplanes and all that, I mean, yeah, they look just exactly like birds when you're looking at them. And the airplanes, you can hear them, they sound like airplanes, but they're not airplanes. So I don't know if anyone is understanding this or not, but hopefully we will start to all collectively realize the type of deception that's being done. Okay. I love you all. Peace, bro. Okay, so I'm using this new, it's some type of a ghost hunter camera. I don't know. It just films in infrared and ultraviolet. And so I'm playing around with it. I have this light. Ooh, look at that. In front of it, it's the infrared light. And I'm just filming within this room. And the first thing I can't help but notice is that TV over there and the screen that's quote-unquote blue, which is the only thing appearing in color out of this whole entire room of something different. See that? Blue. So that makes me go right back to the mentality of our skies being blue, and something related to that color, and something related to the deception being pulled across all of us. As in, I think the sky is a screen. And so somehow this video, I'm not sure how it relates or how I can say this is exactly what's happening, because I can't say what's happening exactly, but I can say this gives me more, some type of, this is somehow related, put it that way. Somehow blue in the screen is related to the sky. I'm going to figure it out. All right. Okay, I'm throwing in this example as well. I've already shown how this plane right here is not real in another video, so you can go and find it if you choose to. Down here at the bottom where my cursor is, I'm going to play this real quick, and as you see, 1 2 3, and it turns into 4. This, whatever this thing is, because I really can't even tell what this object is. But it also, let's come over here and zoom in so we can see whatever that thing is. Okay, what it turns into, well, it turns into that, and then eventually I'm doing the frame by frame by frame. We're gonna see right there, it multiplies, and then it multiplies, and it begins to fly. Let me turn this zoom off, and it's right here where my cursor is. I'm gonna frame by frame by frame and see it has its multiples, and then it kind of turns into 4 of them as it gets going. But my point is that it's still highly suspicious, if nothing else, okay? But it's also, to me, showing that something is going on that is deception in the skies. I just don't know what else to say. And hopefully others will start to wake up and recognize, and don't be fooled by the deception that is being pulled across all of us. Okay. I love you all. Take care. Bye.